There is a new proposal that could lower Oregon's voting age from 18 to 16. Ultimately, it would be up to the voters to decide in 2020 if the proposal gets through the Oregon legislature. Fox 12's Kelsey Watts is live tonight with what both sides are saying. Kelsey?
Well, Pete, this was just introduced yesterday, and right now this is known as Joint Senate Resolution 22. We spoke with high schoolers in Portland about this today. It would amend Oregon's constitution to lower the voting age to 16. Should Oregon lower the voting age from 18 to 16? Oregon Senator Shemia Fagan says yes.
Voting is a civic good that we want people to build early and strong habits and do throughout their whole lives.
She says there are a number of issues that affect teenagers, like gun violence in schools, school funding, even climate change. But those students don't have a voice in the democratic process. She's sponsoring legislation to change that. And on Monday, students gathered at the Oregon Capitol to show their support, too.
So we heard from students who talked about the fact that they can drive like adults, that they have to pay taxes when they start working as adults, but they have no voice in actually participating in that process.
But Senate Republican leader Herman Bearsugar Jr. opposes the idea. In a statement, he says 16-year-olds are too young to enlist in the military, too young to own firearms, too young to own property, too young to enter into legal contracts, and too young to get married. But they're old enough to vote. People are not legally considered adults in this country until they are 18 years old, and I believe they shouldn't be able to vote until then either. This is nothing more than an attempt to expand the voter rolls to sway elections. So what do students think?
Issues like environmental justice and gun control are affecting us in our communities now, and thus I think we should have the ability to make our vote count and vote for representatives who really are going to represent us on these issues and protect us.
The students we spoke with at Lincoln High School are both members of the speech and debate team and are very active in their communities. We asked whether they thought the average 16 or 17-year-old would care to vote. They think having the opportunity would encourage greater turnout, motivating teenagers to become more engaged in the world around them.
The perception might be that, oh, like they're just kids, they don't really care. But I think that part of that stems from the belief that we can't change anything as people who don't have political agency at all. But given the opportunity to vote, I think it would spark conversations, especially in the classroom.
Well, the big question is, what about national elections like presidential races? Well, under this proposal, Senator Fagan tells me 16 and 17-year-olds in Oregon would be able to cast ballots in those races, too. She says under the 26th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, voting rights are protected for people who are at least 18 years old, but states can enfranchise people who are younger than that. Live in Northwest Portland tonight, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.